as you know, throughout the series, What's Up TV has been shining a spotlight on SUDEP.
Yeah, it's sudden, unexpected death in epilepsy. Thanks, Ramel. And as mentioned at the top of the show, we were going to be having some guests in the studio with us. I'm pleased to say that I'm joined by Vicky, Olivia and Rachel. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for coming on to What's Up TV. And we've learnt so much throughout the series on SUDEP. And one of the really surprising things for me was to learn that around 600 people each year die as a result of SUDEP. And yet the risks around it are really unknown to many, many people who have epilepsy and that community. So do you think enough is being done to make people aware of the risks?
Well, no, I don't think enough is being done. I mean, there are guidelines which say that people with epilepsy should be told of the risk of SUDEP by their consultants, but we know that this just isn't happening. Since my daughter died of epilepsy and I discovered about SUDEP, I've come into contact with hundreds of people, and I can honestly say that we could count on one hand the number of people who had heard of SUDEP before their loved one died.
We do know, of course, that SUDEP can affect people of all ages, but there seems to be a particular impact on younger people. So can you tell me a little bit about why you think that is and what more we can be doing to protect young people from the risks?
Yeah, I mean, not enough is known about the causes of SUDEP and not enough is known about epilepsy. It's a hugely complex condition, but what we do know is you're more at risk if you suffer from tonic-clonic seizures, but also if your seizures aren't under control. And there are some things you can do to manage that. So taking your medication regularly, not taking in too much alcohol, and taking good care of yourself. So there are a huge amount of things you could do.
It particularly affects young adults. I mean, I suppose it probably peaks for people 18 to 30.
Right.
And as far as we know, it's down to lifestyle factors, and it's a point that young people are just leaving home. I think that's got a big part to do with it. They're suddenly going to their doctors on their own. They're maybe going to university like Olivia. They may be drinking more. They may be crashing on a friend's sofa and then ending up not with their tablets in the morning. That sort of thing.
Is that something that you can relate to?
100%. Like when I went to university, I moved out and it was a whole new experience for me. It was my medication, it was lifestyle, being pressured into maybe going out too much, and I couldn't, my body cannot handle it, and I ended up having seizures weekly at uni, and therefore I had to leave. So yeah, I could completely relate to that, and I was so happy to be home when it was a relief.
And I think one of the important things is that a consultant who doesn't tell you about SUDEP because your daughter is 12 at the time doesn't then tell you that risk, although maybe low at that point, when they leave home at 18, that risk suddenly rises dramatically, and that's what needs to be got over to people.
But the other thing that I think that's hugely important is that people talk to their friends and family about it, because epilepsy is a hidden condition.
One of the other things which came out from the survey is that many people were unsure about whether they wanted to know about SUDEP or not. What do you think about that, Olivia?
I think it's really hard because when you go to the doctors, you're diagnosed with epilepsy, and the last thing you want to hear is, oh, there's this thing called SUDEP, and it's a side effect of epilepsy, and that means there's a chance of you dying. And it's a lot to take in, especially if you're a young girl, and it's a lot for like a mum or a guardian to take in as well. So, but I think it's so important that people should know, because you need to learn how to manage your epilepsy, how to change your lifestyle surrounding it so you can prevent this as much as you can.
Yeah, because it's all about managing risks, isn't it?
There is good news. I mean, there are things people can do. There are there's a checklist produced by SUDEP Action for clinicians to note down risk and alert them when something could be flagged up. And there's also a smartphone app which has been developed called Epsmon, and Olivia has recently downloaded it, which is great news.
And that sounds like epilepsy monitoring, is that?
That's right.
Yeah, it's really good because you get to put in all your medication, how many seizures you're having, and it kind of tells you how much you are at risk. And mine was quite low because I've been very fortunate. I haven't had a seizure for about a year now. But if you are at high risk, it will tell you that, and it says to go to see your GP to get this sorted and try and get your medication and your seizures under control.
But some of the good things is that we are talking about it, and that we are having these conversations, and among young people ourselves as well, which is really good to know. So, you know, through that we're helping to reduce some of those risks. So thank you so much for coming up to What's Up TV and chatting with us. And yeah, if you would like to find out anything else, or hopefully you've been watching throughout the series, and of course you can watch everything on demand, including this conversation once again.